Hello, ICC friends. It is your girl, Xaviera. I hope all of you are having a fantastic Tuesday. I am here live today with someone who is very special to me for a number of reasons. I am with Realtor extraordinaire, Miss Natasha Bazile.
Hello.
She awesome. Okay, so I give you the scoop every day, but sometimes I want to give you guys some information that you can actually apply to your lives. And that is why I'm here today with Natasha. We're going to be talking. I want to introduce you to her so you can get to know Natasha better. She's going to give you some information. I'm going to ask her everything that I can think of that could possibly help you in your journey to becoming a home buyer. If you already have a home and you want to sell it, you know, if you want to slide out the door and if you're in a mortgage with somebody and you want to slide out the back.
We will not be doing that today. Go ahead.
But yes, so we are here to do all of that, and then after we get done with the mortgage talk, we're gonna do some celebrity news and entertainment, just have a good time. So I want to start by welcoming you to the ICC family.
Thank you. I'm so honored. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. ICC. Love you guys.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I want to first, let's start by learning a little bit about you. Now, where are you originally from?
Wow. We're going there.
Oh, yeah, we're going there.
Okay.
How was your childhood?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, I was born in Cambria Heights, Queens, New York.
Okay.
Yes, son. See, I still have my year son.
Yes, you still got your son. Okay, that's dope. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But then I relocated around 14 to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So,
okay.
Love me, my Miami folks. And yeah.
Oh, yes, we got comments coming in. I'm trying to. Okay, there we go. I was like, where are comments? Because we knew the comments were coming in. Okay, so now we can see you all. Hey, make sure you share this on your,
all right. Let me do that now.
Facebook Live.
All right. I'm not as savvy as you are.
Yes. Well, while you're sharing to your Facebook Live, I'll say hi to some of our favorite ICC friends. Okay. I see Samantha and I see Stella and hi, Miss Durham. So I'm excited. There we are. Yeah. She found us on her
I found it.
Android device.
Figure out how I'm supposed to share this stuff. Yeah. Like, okay. I don't.
Well, let me see. On your Android, go back. Then go into the live.
Okay.
How do you share on an Android device? I can't guide your life with this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to share.
Share. There it is. Share. A button big as day that says
probably
share.
Said, look at the comment section and share it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Nandi.
Okay.
Yeah,
yay. Okay.
Just yay, we live.
We're just gonna do that, and I just hope it worked.
Okay. All right. Okay, so back to the subject at hand. Okay. Now, I wanted people to know where you are originally from, and how did you end up making your way to Atlanta?
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good question.
Okay.
So in Florida, like prices, the prices are home prices were it was too high. It was not only the home price, then you had your price for insurance, because we get hurricanes, so insurance was extra super high. And at that time, this is before the market crash, we were talking about 06, 07.
Okay.
It kind of seemed like everybody was like moving to Atlanta, moving to Georgia.
It was the Great Migration.
It pretty much.
Yes.
The Great Migration.
So
yeah, I came up to Atlanta with some friends, Shakita and Tamika.
Okay, hey Shakita and Tamika.
And I just came with them because they had already started building their houses, and I was like, I'll just come and check it out. And yeah, I bought a house. Yeah. So okay.
No, let me ask you this real quick. Let me back you up. When you bought a house, were you already a realtor?
No.
So
listen.
Okay.
I learned, like baptism by fire. Like I learned a lot of the stuff I share, and why I feel like I'm valuable to my clients is because I learned
the hard way.
Okay. Learned the hard way. So yes, I came up here and I signed a contract. Didn't know how I was buying the house, so I was paying, and it was so bad. I went to Rooms to Go after and bought furniture. Like that's a no-no.
Rooms to Go.
Like so I did it wrong. I did it wrong.
Yeah. It's
so that's how I got here. Yeah.
Okay.
But we learn, we do better. Know better, do better. Yes.
Okay. So so you came from Florida to Atlanta. You buy this home that you literally went head first into.
All the way in. Yeah.
How did you find your way into mortgage? How becoming a realtor?
Okay. So let's say I moved here 07.
Okay.
I got licensed as a realtor in 2011.
Okay.
So
you had a window.
Yeah, and I had interest, but by that time the market crashed. Yeah, and I was just like,
No.
yeah, we need to put food on the table. And
Yeah.
it's just not the right time. So I always, I just loved HGTV. I would watch HGTV all the time, and I had the interest. But there were some significant things that happened before I became a realtor. So as the market crashed, I moved here, my job changed, income went down. But I have this mortgage to pay. And one thing, a learning lesson they told me when I was buying the house, I didn't do my homework, which you need to do your homework when you're buying a home. And I was just like, I'm buying a home, I'm signing paperwork, and and I have a house. But I didn't read, well, there's a $30,000 balloon payment that's going to come due in this loan. It's an adjustable rate mortgage. Ooh. So your interest rate is changing, so your house payment is changing. But they said, don't worry about that. Just sign, and you'll be good. You'll be able to refinance.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'll just refinance. Not knowing you can't refinance if the market declines and your value is the equity is not there in your house. If your job changes, if you have late payments, it's not that easy. So I didn't know that. So I learned the hard way.
The very hard way.
Yes. So a lot of people lost their homes during that time, and just thank God I was able to get through it.
God, dog.
Yeah, I was able to get through it. Thanks to NACA. I will shout out NACA.
Oh, shout out to NACA. I went to NACA one time.
Yeah.
And I stood that NACA line.
Listen, bring a camping bag.
My G.
Okay.
That NACA line.
Yeah.
We stood in the line, didn't get help.
I know.
NACA.
I still root for NACA.
You be like, NACA.
Yes, but they came through.
Yes, they do come through.
And I know people said, it didn't work for me. And that's a whole nother show by itself. But it did work for me, and NACA allowed me to stay in my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
shout out to NACA.
Yeah, go NACA. So, then, end up getting a better job, and, the market started rebounding, and I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get licensed. So I went ahead and got licensed and started from there and been in it ever since. I love it. I love helping people.
So, okay, so when you go into when you become a realtor, you're pretty much self-employed. Is that correct? Unless you work under a bigger realtor? Is that...
No, you're self-employed. You're no, you're self-employed. You have a broker.
You have to be self-motivated.
You have to place your license somewhere, but no, you are self-employed. Nobody is telling you need to do X, Y, and Z. So that's why I appreciate you and your grind and your hustle, because I relate to you.
We see each other.
I get it.
We see each other. So you become a realtor, and I know when you start, now you understand me here, when you start a new endeavor, like you're ready to go, it's go time. And then you jump out there and it's like, hello, I'm a business owner. Hello, help me. Like, how was it how was your start once you became a realtor?
So I got licensed in 2011 and I still had a full-time job.
Okay.
So shout out to everybody out there that's pursuing your passion and your dream, and you still have that full-time job.
Hold down the full-time job.
And on one side, you're like, I'm going to jump out, right into it. But, pull it back. I got bills to pay.
Put your foot in. Put your foot in.
Yeah. So I did start part-time, and I did that for about 2 years. And then when I had my last daughter, Chrissy, I was like, after maternity leave, I'm not coming back. That was a whole lot of faith I walked out in, because I had always been W-2.
Okay.
Being an entrepreneur and business for yourself, you are full commission.
Yes.
So I walked out on a lot of faith. Thank God,
Okay.
He has always seen me through, and I've always, every year has gotten better and better. And it's really about those relationships and connecting with people. And I get a lot, like 99% of my business is on referrals.
But and one of the things that I love about you, because even after we met, I was like, I want to buy a house just because of you. The home buying process is scary. And you want to deal with someone you can trust. And that's one of the things that just exudes from you. You're trustworthy, you're knowledgeable, and you're very honest. You would never tell someone to go into a home with a balloon payment later on and then they're going to end up in the NACA line with a tent and the baby's hollering and you're mad and all. So you would never, so that's one of the reasons why I chose you to sit down with you today and talk to you and allow you to talk to my ICC friends. Okay, so now that we learned all about your background, let's share some scoop that will help some of our ICC friends. I want to talk about people who are maybe in an apartment at their grandmama house, in their mama basement, or living with their cousin that they don't want to stay there anymore. And they're ready to go ahead and start laying down the groundwork to buy a home.
Okay.
What would be some tips or suggestions you would give someone who was ready to make the move, but they don't know how to prepare themselves? Because the home buying process is not a game.
Okay.
So
that's a perfect question. Great question. And I pride myself on enlightening, educating, and guiding. And I say enlightening because a lot of people don't realize they can buy. Like, I have a lot of clients that are first generation of owning a home. So they didn't see anybody else come before them and do it. So great question.
Okay, thank you.
So the first thing I would say is to speak to a lender. You need to find out where you stand.
Okay.
Can you afford to buy a house? How much house can you afford to buy? What are these payments looking like? So I tell people first, speak to a lender. They're either going to pre-approve you and say, yes, you're good to go, or they're going to tell you a good lender. I should say that. A good lender is going to tell you, okay, work on X, Y, and Z. Get these things in order, and then we'll be able to pre-approve you. So knowledge is power. Okay. It's cliche, but it's the truth. You need to know where you stand. Okay. So I would say that is number one.
Speak to a lender. Number one, speak to a lender.
Speak to a lender.
Okay.
I would say the next step, based on what the lender gives you, and a lot of people may not share this with you, but or when you're looking for a house, the next step I would say is based on the numbers that the lender gave you, you really need to have a sit down with you and your household or you and yourself. Look at that budget. Do we need to cut some things? Do we need not to buy so many shoes or purses in the next couple of months? It's short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. Okay. So let's look. Do we need to cut back? See what we need to do. And have you ever heard of this term called payment shock?
No.
Okay. All right.
But I might be in it. I haven't heard it, but I might be in it. What's going on? What is that?
So payment shock is, okay, let's say your rent is $1,000.
Okay.
And your mortgage is going to be $1,500.
Okay.
That's a payment shock of $500.
Okay. I got you.
I want you to go ahead and put that $500 aside. Pretend you are making that $1,500 payment so that you know that you can absorb that payment shock, because you do not want to get into a house. You love this house. And then you are struggling every month, or you are house poor. You will not love that house for too much longer. So that's a tip that I give you. Go ahead and just start acting like you are already in the house and making that payment.
Please do that, because the last thing you want to end up doing is something strange for a little piece of change in your new house in order to make your mortgage. Something strange for a little piece of change. So just go ahead. Because I experienced payment shock, because I'm that person that I'm like, oh, my rent is $900 and my mortgage is $1,300. Oh, that's only $400. That ain't nothing. And then you be like, sitting like,
like Medea.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Who bought the extra Fruity Loops? Like it doesn't sound like much when you're saying it in the air.
Okay, but sorry, I just waved at a comment.
Oh yeah, Tasha. Hi,
Tasha. See, I don't do this often.
It's okay. Look, she's like, hey. But payment shock is real. Yes. I experienced payment shock because I am that person that will put only in front of something. Like, oh, it's only $200 more. Oh, it's only $50 a month. And then next thing you know, you be like,
yeah, no, it happens. It's and people don't know to kind of plan ahead. But these are ways you can better prepare
I like
yourself.
that.
Yeah, and then the last thing I would say is I thought about making this number one.
Okay.
Meeting with your realtor. You need to have what I call a home buying consultation. AKA like the playbook of buying a home. Like, we're going to go over all of this and go through this process. We're going to answer your questions. Really make sure you're ready for this. You have to do that at the beginning. Some people just say, well, I'm going to start looking at houses. No. Yeah. That's like the last of the 3 steps to buying a home. So meet with your realtor. A good realtor is going to address all your questions and just make sure you are ready for this ride that we're about to take. Because once the car pulls off, it goes pretty quickly.
You ain't hopping out the back.
Listen, come.
In the back, like looking like a hostage, talking about blowing on the glass.
You are hilarious.
No, I'm serious. Like, it's not a game, because I remember, I think we bought our house about 10 years ago. And it was a circus.
Yeah, what was your experience like? You need to tell me that.
My experience, I had my realtor. I won't say her name because she might be on this, live stream. But she was cool. She was cool. She was spunky.
Okay.
She was real cool, but we may have been maybe her first or second or third client, maybe. because it was like a lot of things in hindsight. Now that I'm older and I watch how you work and I watch how you deal with your clients, and I'm like, that didn't happen for me. But she found us a great home. I mean, we loved our home. She found us a great home.
Okay.
But it was like every day was a circus. It was like a new phone call, like, inspectors and inspections and you know.
Yeah, had you went through all that in the beginning, when it came up, you would have been, okay, I remember. We talked about that.
Yeah.
That's what don't want to have happen.
I just remember, like, and then we were trying to figure debt to income ratio, that foolishness, and then proving our income for like 30,000 months, and I was like, we need to just go on back to the apartment.
But you got there.
Yeah, we got it.
But the journey was all
my gosh.
and bumpy. Like, had she had that conversation with you guys in the beginning and kind of, I can't think of the word right now, but just prepared you for what to expect.
After watching you, the inexperience was very clear. So that's why it's very important that if you are in the Atlanta area, and do you work outside of Atlanta, or you just mainly stay in the Georgia's?
Okay, so I'm licensed in Georgia, but I tell anybody, if you are thinking about buying, no matter where you are, call me, because I can refer you to an agent in the area that they're, and that's a big part of, how realtors work. We network with other realtors and we refer to other realtors. So yes, contact me and I will get you, if I don't help you directly, I will get you to somebody that can help you directly.
She the plug. She the plug and the cord. She the plug and the cord. Okay. So, all right. So we covered people who may be thinking about buying a home. Now let's talk about the people who are in a home.
Okay.
And they sick and tired, or they're ready to upgrade or downgrade. What 3 things, or what tips or advice would you give someone who is looking to sell a home?
Okay. So you said a lot in your question.
Okay. It was a compound question.
So we're going to start with the person that is in their, let's just say they're in their starter home, and they're ready to go to that next home, their dream home.
Okay.
So first, before you call that realtor and say, I want to list my home, I would speak to a lender to see, are you going to be able to qualify for that next home? Things change. You've been in there for years. Yeah. Did you change your jobs? We need to, so you don't want to hop out of the nest that you have and don't know if you can go into that next nest that you
hop out the nest, end up in the car.
Yeah. So I would say, speak to the lender, make sure, okay, my numbers are looking good. They're also going to tell you, are you going to be able to qualify with keeping your current home? You might want to keep it as a rental. A lot of people are doing that for investment income.
Okay.
Or is it going to be required that you sell your current home to get into your next home? So I would say that would be.
Quick question. 1. Pause for the cause. Okay. So this home that you're selling and the home that you're buying can actually be linked together in your package?
Not linked together, but they're going to tell you, yes, you qualify for this new home, and you can keep your other home. Right. Like, it's not required for you to sell that other home. And then somebody would say, well, I'm going to make that current home a rental and we're going to move into this bigger home.
But I'm talking about, like, when you said, if you're going into a new home.
Okay.
And then you have your old home. Mm-hmm. You said, like, you may have to sell that home.
Yeah.
So is it to take the income from the sale of that home to put towards your new? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because the lender is basically looking at, can you afford this house both payments? If not, you have to. Like, you cannot close on this home until you sell that other home. So you just have to find out, can I keep it?
Where you stand.
Or do I have to, find out where you stand.
Okay.
Yes.
That's great advice.
Yes. The second piece, and this is something that I'm seeing more and more now. A lot of people really aren't really conscious of it, but we're going to see more of it. If you did any kind of refinance, a loan modification, you have a HELOC, you need to factor that in when you go to sell your home.
What's a HELOC?
Home equity line of credit.
Oh, an acronym. Gotcha. That sounds like you locking your man down. Like, I got a HELOC. He can't leave until I'm sell this house.
Only you would think of something like that.
I was asking for a friend.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
A wink. Okay. So, but you want to find out, how much do you owe? So when you go to sell this house, how much do you have to pay back the lender? Because what I'm finding and seeing more now is, you look at your statement when you log in, or not even a statement, but it shows you the balance that you owe. But if you have a loan modification, that additional portion that you have to pay back is not necessarily shown in that amount that you owe. So now you're under contract and you're ready to sell, and you're like, yeah, I'm walking away with a check for $40,000. And then the closing attorney gets back the numbers and was like, no, you have to pay back this modification, this part at $50,000. So now I call you and say, Xavi, you have to bring a check for $10,000 to the closing table to sell your home.
And that's when I'm going to be looking like a white lady at a black barbecue talking about, hello, 911. Hello, 911.
Yeah.
So people asking me about my
I don't want you to be mad at me. So the second tip is go ahead and get a payoff. Get a payoff. Okay. Don't just trust what you see on the numbers. Get a payoff so you know how much you really, really owe.
Okay.
Oh, another tip, I would say third tip is put in the work. And when I say put in the work, we all, home staging has become, more common. We know you need to declutter, but go ahead and make those repairs. Like some people just want to sell it as is, but it's going to cost you in your pocket. Because it's like first impressions, like you want your home to show.
I remember I walked into a house, and and you make a great point, because when we were looking at houses, a few houses that we went into, people were like still living in there, and that made me mad, uncomfy, because it was like those homes where they just leave the little door lock. And you come in and, they're not at home. But I felt so uncomfortable walking through someone else's home. I felt like I was invading their privacy. And then based off of, with the home staging, shout out to our girl Mika, with the home staging. But at the same time, it's like, I walked in and just the way they had the house decorated made me not want it.
Okay.
Like I walked in and it looked like Al Bundy's. It looked like Al Bundy's living room. And I was like, well, if they couldn't do nothing with this, and I have no type of interior design bones in my body whatsoever, my house is going to look like Al Bundy's house. I'm not. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Just based off of the way they had it looking.
See? And when you're selling a home, you have to detach yourself from it. Yeah. Like, I know that's your home. I know you have memories. I know all of that, but you are selling it. It's now a product that you need to package to sell to somebody else. So you don't want somebody to walk in with that feeling. I've had people come in the front door and they're like, no, I don't want to. We don't have to look at it. You don't want that feeling. You want people to just be falling in love and putting in multiple offers and increasing your price. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and especially if you go in a home and you see like notable repairs, things are falling apart. Like homeowners nowadays do not want to go in fixing up stuff.
No.
And then you watch HGTV and they always say my budget is $20,000, and then by the time they discover the all the piping is bad and all that, now they're in it for like $60,000. Nobody wants those headaches at all.
They like,
yeah. And I don't need you calling me and say, Tasha, you sold me. No, we won't do that.
No, get it straightened out in the beginning.
Exactly.
Okay, so I saw where Tasha said, our friend Tasha, she said to have, we should take call-ins. We actually can take call-ins. If you have a question, you can call in 678-379-3441. And when it prompts you to say who you are, say, I have a question, a mortgage question. And then that way I will know that your call is in reference to the show. So I have my phone right here. So if you want to call in and ask a question, 678-379-3441. And I'll take your call while we live on air.
Wow.
But I will
I got a
definitely
question
take your
right
call.
here.
Yes.
Okay, William Crenshaw. Hey, William. What is a contingency sale? So a contingency sale is kind of what we were talking about. I want to buy your house, but it's contingent on me selling my house. Okay. So if my house doesn't sell,
I ain't buying
your house. So yeah, and there are ways around it. Is it ideal? Not, I mean, it just depends. Your realtor has to know how to sell you to the other party and make sure that house that you have for sale is going to sell. Okay,
so Ebony has a question. She says, hello, my name is Ebony, and I am on the journey of becoming a realtor in Ohio. Hi, Ebony in Ohio. She says, do you have any advice for her?
Man, listen, Ebony. I have a whole lot of advice for you.
But call me, girl.
Longer than the show. But no, definitely. I guess we'll share my contact information. All my handles are Sold by Nat. My email is info@soldbynat.com. I'll share my phone number as well, but contact me. I do not mind sharing, helping, because when I got licensed, it was like trying to figure it out. And there are some agents or companies that aren't as forthcoming with information. So I definitely don't mind helping. Just off the top of my head, I will say, take the test, pass the test. Study, like I'm a cram studier, so I can cram that knowledge. Like if you ask me to take that real estate test right now, yeah, I don't know how that would go. But it sounds bad, but the bulk of what you need in this business, you are going to learn as you go. So just study for that test. And I'm going to say network and speak to other agents. A lot, you're going to have a great broker that shares courses and has classes and mentoring and things like that. But this industry, we lean on each other. So listen, I have this, this going on. What would you do? Or have you ever had it? So definitely start attending networking sessions and, just YouTube it
Now,
up.
can I just interject though? And I hope you don't mind me saying so. All of the information that Natasha is passing along, I have literally watched her walk the walk. Some people will talk the talk and tell you, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. Half of the time, and I'm trying to get her to meet me at the Mexican restaurant for drinks, she's like, I'm taking a networking course today. Or I'm taking, like a refresher course, or I'm taking take it to the next level course. Like she is constantly educating herself in her craft.
Yes.
And, and that is another reason why I admire her. And I felt like she would be the perfect person to talk to all of my ICC friends, because not only is she knowledgeable in what she does and she's wonderful at what she does, she continues to push and push to go to the next level.
Thank you.
So I see something else. Nas. Oh, Nas is my favorite. Nas has been rocking with ICC for a very long time.
I love the name.
Are foreclosure purchases worth it?
Okay, and it depends who's buying it. So if you have not even the warning, or what I'd like to talk to my buyers about, if you're looking at buying a foreclosures, we know the person that was living in it has some type of hardship. So they could not keep the home. Did they maintain the home? Did they keep up the home? You kind of rolling the dice a little bit there. So you don't want to get into a foreclosure. And true, you're going to have your home inspection and all of that, but things happen. You need to have some money in the bank. I need you to start.
Money in the bank. Tell them what you think. Money. Okay, sorry. Sorry, songs just.
Yes, you need, if you are not pinching pennies, but you have your dollars, you know exactly where this money is going every month. Okay, here's payment, here's insurance, here's the kids. You don't have a large excess to handle if the HVAC goes out, if the water heater starts going out and all this. And yeah, we can talk about home warranties and all of that. But yes, it can be worth it. Especially if you're like an investor. If you're an investor and you're about to go in there and flip it and all that type of stuff, of course, yeah, then it's going to make more sense. So I'm going to say, to answer your question directly, it can be worth it. It depends on who's buying it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do you guys have any more questions? Because she in here dropping knowledge. You better tell your friend to tell your friend. And if you don't mind, just go ahead and share this live stream so some other people can see and maybe grab this knowledge or watch it back. I'm just going back through the comments to make sure we didn't miss anyone or anything.
Yeah, one thing I'll share that people kind of don't expect, like how you said, like the home buying process, it's a journey. I mean, for most people, it's the largest purchase that they will make in their lifetime. Some people think it's because they watch HGTV. Shout out to HGTV.
Hey,
shout out to HGTV.
Okay.
But I'm going to see 3 houses and I'm going to pick one. Yeah. So they condensed that and only showed you the 3 houses that they wanted to show you. They didn't show you the lender calling asking for additional documents. And you're like, I sent that to them already. They don't show you that. There are just so many moving parts in a real estate transaction. The minimum real estate transaction has about 11 moving parts.
Oh, wow.
The buyer, the buyer's agent, the seller's agent, home inspector, appraiser, loan officer, loan processor, loan underwriter, closing attorney. We can keep going on and on. All these moving parts need to move together for us to get to the closing table. And sometimes things happen. So making sure that you have a good realtor, a good lender, I'm going to help guide and navigate you through the process. So yeah, we came to a bump. This is how we need to move it. I need you to be committed with me through the end so we can get to the closing table, because some people honestly they don't want to handle it. I don't know if it gets too stressful, or they're just like, maybe it wasn't meant. No, this is part of the process. So just trust. Now I'm starting to tell people a shoe's going to drop. It might be a little shoe. It might be a big shoe. But just stay with me. We're gonna stay. I'm gonna get you. Yes, we're gonna ride this together, and we are going to get through it. So if it's not easy and peachy clean and nothing ever, don't think that's, oh my God, it's happening to me. It's actually kind of normal.
Exhibit A. But quick question: what is the number one thing that you see that will cause the home buying process to either fall through or hit a brick wall? Listen.
Yes.
And
okay.
I didn't even have notes. Like that came off the dome.
That was
off the dome.
But go ahead. Okay. When it comes to the lending side of it, like you can get a pre-approval letter depending, and different companies, this is why I say you have to get a good lender.
Okay.
Because some people will just give you a pre-qualification based off of what you told them. But then when they see your taxes and your documents and they factor in ratios, especially like if you're like self-employed, it's a certain way they need to calculate your income. And then they run through all of that and they're like, oh, no, actually you won't qualify for the house. Meanwhile, we've already been looking for houses. We're already under contract. Like, you do not want that. So that's why I stress you need to have a good lender. So things that I've seen that have caused major red flags is moving a lot of money in between accounts. Large deposits, withdrawals. Listen, so prior to the market crashing, it was so easy to get a loan. Like,
okay.
They had stated loans. You could just state what your income is and
what?
Yeah. Hence why the market crashed.
I'd have been living next door to Rick Ross. We would have had no food, no lights, no heat, but I would have been right next to it.
Exactly. So
with the ice cream in the yard. But anyway,
after the market crash, they really clink. I mean, it's hard. I mean, they are going to, and I tell my clients, pack your patience. Because they are going to ask you for everything. I've had people say they're going to ask you for everything except your DNA or your firstborn child. They are going to ask. And they are trying to dot I's, cross T's to make sure
you don't.
It's not illegal stuff going on. It's not mortgage fraud. Like, they have their own processes. And yeah, it may be annoying. Send it to them. You sent it to them already. Send it to them again. Like, just go ahead and give them what they need. And you can't have like mattress under the bed and then put it in your account. They want to know, like, where'd you get that money from? Oh, well, somebody's going to give me a gift. Okay, they can give you a gift. They're going to ask for that person's bank statement. Okay.
So cousin Ray can't
bring the duffel bag.
Yes.
Just say no.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Dang.
Yeah.
Look. All right.
Can't use him.
Yeah, can't use cousin Ray.
Yeah. So those what other things? Those are really the main ones when it comes to buyers, I would say.
Wow.
Something else may come to me, but those are you want to make sure, however you got pre-approved, like, you don't do anything. Another thing, like, some people think, well, I'll just go ahead and close this credit card. Don't do that.
Oh, something as simple as a credit card.
Something as in closing, you thinking, well, I'm taking it away, that could hurt you. So if the lender did not tell you to do it, don't do it. Yeah, like, have that conversation beforehand.
Wow. Okay, so let's run before we hop into, because I have two or three entertainment side things that I want to address real quick while I already have the attention of my ICC friends. Okay. But let's run through your contact information real quick, and your socials and your website, and so on and so forth.
I try to keep it pretty easy. Sold by Nat. So SOLDBYNAT. Those are all my handles. My website is www.soldbynat.com. Email is info@soldbynat.com. Message. Wait, is that right?
There it is.
Message.
Yeah.
So soldbynat.com. My telephone number is 404-857-2508. Again, 404-857-2508.
And she married, so don't try it. Because I know she cute. And she fine and stuff. And she got a little booty. She got a booty, but don't be trying to text.
Stay on topic.
No hey big head text. Just hey big house text.
Big house.
Big house.
Yes.
Not big head, big house. Okay, so while I have you here, because you're one of my favorite people to talk to about anything anyway.
Okay.
But
you keep me in the know. Thank you to like she'll say something, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that happened. Huh? Because then I go to her website when I'm supposed to be working and doing my real estate work. And then I go on her website and I get, oh, this happened. And I keep, this girl works.
Yes.
So yes, fill me in. Give me the tea. We should have tea. No, ice cream. Sorry,
ice cream. Yeah, we had ice cream. But,
yes.
I get a scoop and too, and the tea and all that stuff. But,
okay,
so this kind of ruffled my feathers. And while we're already here, I just have to address the fact that PETA, PETA, not pain in the ass, but PETA, the animal rights organization.
Did you say PETA, pain in the
Yeah, PETA is acronym for pain in the ass. PITA.
Oh, no, I know several people named PETA. Yeah, it's a very popular island name. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Shout out to all the PETAs.
Yes.
But no, we're talking PETA, the animal rights organization.
Okay.
They had the nerve and the unmitigated gall. I'm trying not to cuss because I'm saved. To send the estate of Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul, who departed God's earth last week. They had the nerve to send her family a letter asking for her elaborate fur coat collection.
Hashtag petty. That is so
not PETA, petty.
Petty.
That is
petty. Like, really? Like, all they're dealing with, you want us to go ahead and okay.
But can I just point out the fact that all Aretha Franklin wanted was some what? RESPECT, or if you let Reverend Al Sharpton, RESPCICT, or whatever he spelled the other day. But that's all she wanted. And y'all gonna disrespect her family. The Queen of Soul hasn't even been laid to rest.
And they want her coats.
And they want her fur coats. But I just need to read to you this. I need to read to you all a portion of this letter. I got my phone in my hand. I mean, I'm mad. But I need to read to you all a portion of this letter because they basically are asking for her fur coats. Now, the big question is, well, what you going to do with the coats?
I was going to ask you. That was going to be my next question. But I just,
If the family actually stops mourning to give y'all the Queen's coats,
what are they gonna burn them?
No. What's her name? The PETA executive president. Her name is Tracy. She said by donating Aretha Franklin's fur coats to PETA, her family could expand her legacy of social justice to animals.
Does she have a legacy of expanding her?
See, she did social justice, but they want her to expand it to animals. After she done gone on to glory.
This is when I say too soon. Too soon.
Okay, but hold on. The next sentence that she said, and this is not even the letter, this is her explanation as to why she had the gall to ask for these coats. While we can't bring back the animals who suffered and died from them, the Queen just suffered and died. You talking about why we can't bring back the animals? Child, if I had the option of bringing back Rocky Raccoon or the Queen of Soul, what you think I'm going to do? While we can't bring back the animals who suffered and died from them, these coats can help others by providing some much needed warmth to orphaned animals and humans in desperate need. They want to put the Queen's coats on orphaned animals. The disrespect.
It's too soon.
Maybe
at some point the family might have considered. I'm just gonna go on the other side of this because I know you are just like
I'm in my feelings.
You are very in your feelings.
Okay.
So I get the philanthropic part of it. I guess.
Yes. You use the big word.
Yes.
Okay, with the TI words. Go ahead with the TI words.
Shout out to my husband because he keeps me up on the big words. I can see that. I think it's too soon. It's like way too soon.
Her funeral service hasn't even taken place yet.
Yeah, see? No.
Oh, but to the letter. The letter starts out, the letter is addressed to, I almost said Queen Latifah. Lord Jesus, we love you, Queen.
She is fine. She's fine. Okay.
The letter is addressed to Aretha's niece, Sabrina. And the first line says, "We're sorry for the loss of your aunt, and the world has lost an amazing talent, and we're grateful that her music will live on. But Aretha will always be remembered for all that she did to help empower African American people, especially women, in her lifetime. Might we now call on her estate to end the cruel era of wearing animal fur by donating her fur coats to PETA. Well, they'll go on to offer warmth and comfort to those who need it most.
Listen.
So basically, you talk about all she did for African Americans, but now she can do things for animals. It's a lot of shade and petty in all of this.
Let's read Nas's comment.
What Nas say?
If it was a part of her family, if I was a part of her family, I would have everyone in the fam wear furs to the service.
That's why I love him.
Too bad it's summer. Or maybe post mannequin stands wearing all of her coats.
This is why Nas is my favorite.
Yes, the ICC fam. I tell you, y'all hilarious.
Like, are you sit? Okay, I'm sorry.
That's like opportunity. Like, they see an opportunity and they like.
But isn't that, there's a saying that's related to this. It's something like, the body, y'all already fighting over the stuff and the body ain't even cold
yet. Yeah.
That's what this feels like. Yeah. It feels like y'all, like, it feels like like y'all trying to get her belongings, and y'all know Riri loved her furrowers. She loved her furrowers. Every time you saw Riri, she had a hot, long furrow dragon. Yeah. She had the stank dragon furrowers. Y'all, listen, I'm Franklin family. If y'all don't want Riri sit up in that casket, leave her furrowers alone. Don't touch them. Leave her furrowers alone. Or give them to some women in Detroit. Some African American women in Detroit, since PETA wanted to point out the fact that she only helped African American women. When Aretha did things for all women across all nationalities, ethnicities. So yeah, go ahead. Just give the furrowers out to the folks in Detroit. That's what we gonna do.
Shame on you, PETA.
Shame. Well, PETA don't have no shame. You know that. We all know that. The next story I'm gonna get into, I guess I got mad news.
Okay. Like, angry news, mad? I thought you meant like mad.
I got New York. I got mad news. Okay, no, I got angry news.
Okay, what's the angry news?
Do you remember Betty Jo Shelby? And I know the name sounds like, was she on the Waltons? No, she wasn't on the Waltons. Betty Jo Shelby was the Tulsa, Oklahoma police officer who shot and killed Terrence Crutcher when his car broke down and he was unarmed and he was trying to get help. Okay, so let me just refresh you real quick. Terrence Crutcher, car broke down. He was on the highway, or I think it was a highway. Okay. He needed help. Betty Jo Shelby showed up, shot him and killed him. Got acquitted. You already know how this story goes.
Okay.
You already,
I already know.
Yes. Different black man, same outcome, right? Shot him and killed him. She was acquitted. Okay. And they put her on desk duty, so she quit.
Because she didn't want to do desk duty.
She wouldn't be out in the street where she can kill more folks. Okay. So they put her on desk duty and she quit. But what they didn't tell you was she went down the street to another county and became a sheriff's deputy. So I need all of y'all, what county is it? Rogers County. I need everybody in Rogers County to be on high alert. Please watch your back. Be careful, because Betty Jo Shelby is on your block. But anyway, she became a sheriff deputy at the Rogers County Police Department. Do you know sis is now doing I guess what do I want to call it? She's doing She's teaching courses, because I almost called it a seminar, but she is teaching courses to other police officers on surviving the aftermath of a critical incident. Code for how to get away with murder. I mean, that's basically what it is. She is teaching courses to other police officers how to get away with murder. Surviving the aftermath. So there were some protesters that was like, nah, sis, you're not coming here. Okay. You're not teaching no course, because Terrence can't come back and teach a course on what not to do when your car break down on the side of the highway and a police officer shows up. I thought
she was just teaching it to like the other police officers.
Yeah. But, I mean, they're the ones that we got to look out for. She's teaching other police. Matter of fact, she's teaching the police officers from the department she left.
Wow. Like, I got off. Let me show you how to get off too.
Let me show you what to do. Let me show you what to say. Let me show you what to do. And then, so the protesters, they were like, oh no, boo, nope. Unless Terrence can come back and do a course, we find somebody else. Mm-hmm. If y'all want to do y'all police training, find somebody else.
Wow.
Well, then she goes on to defend her course, and she said that the course isn't about her personal incident that she got away with murder. It's not about that. She said, a critical incident is an event that happens to someone that will test the limits of their coping skills. I faced many challenges that I was unprepared for, such as threats to my life by activist groups to loss of pay. Sis, can we elaborate on where these threats came from the activist groups? Why you had loss of pay? Because somebody had to bury their son. Somebody had to bury their father. Somebody had to bury their brother. Somebody had to bury
the violin.
Oh, yeah. The smallest violin in the world. Let me play this for you. She said, my class is to help others by sharing some of my skills I use to cope with the stress of my critical incident.
Opportunist. Is that not an opportunist?
She capitalizing on murder.
Okay.
She is capitalizing on murder. But lastly, okay, I'm going to throw some good...
Okay, please.
Okay.
Come on, please.
Let's shake the Shondo off. Shake the Shondo. Eddie Murphy is having his 10th baby.
Take it back.
You took the Shondo back. You took the Shondo back. Eddie Murphy is having his 10th baby.
Go, Eddie.
First of all, Eddie Murphy, a whole 57 years old. And his soldiers is still lining up like they going to Iraq war in the uterus. Okay. Listen, shout out to Eddie Murphy. He and his boo thing, I think her name is Paige Butcher. They are going to have their second baby together, but it is going to be his 10th. Wow. He can afford them. Like you said, look, and I'm not here to judge. He can afford them. I think, okay, let me say.
You know, when I was in high school, I used to say I wanted a lot of kids. Like I even went as far as to say I wanted a maternity room in my basement. It was that bad. Like
a maternity room in the basement?
In the basement.
Like
I wanted that many kids. I wanted a little football team.
Well, it's not too
late. No, it's late. No, it's too late. Girl, please.
It's not too late. Listen, late. If Eddie Murphy, you can have a bunch of kids and then go buy a house using your realtor's kids.
No, we just going. No, we're done.
Okay, so just in case you were saying Eddie Murphy got 10 kids, absolutely. Let's run them down. He has 29-year-old Eric with Paulette McNeely, 27-year-old Christian with Tamara Hood. He got Bella Zara, Zola Ivy, Shane Audra, Bria. Let me go back. Bella's 16, Zola Ivy's 18, Shane Audra's 23, Bria's 28. He has a 25-year-old son named Miles, and they're all with Nicole Murphy. But then, last but certainly not least, he has his 11-year-old daughter, Angel Iris, with Mel B from the Spice Girls.
Okay.
So Eddie Murphy is slanging them D.
And now he has two. Wait, he already had one with...
Yes.
How old is...
Yes. Okay, now, little, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the little girl's name.
It's like a toddler?
Izzy. She's 2.
Yeah. You go, Eddie life.
Okay. Eddie about that life. Listen, y'all better shake Eddie's hand and move quick because he's fertile. Like,
shake hand.
Like that. You can't shake Eddie's hand. Eddie might do that little thing in your hand like that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Gosh, shout out to other people who remember this. But yeah.
Yeah, it shows our age. But go ahead.
Yeah, because the young people are like, is that a gang sign? Like, no, it's not a gang sign. But yeah, so shout out to Eddie Murphy. So those are just a couple quick stories that I just wanted to run into. But you can get more on these stories. You can see Eddie Murphy's fiance, and you can see his whole blended family prior to this latest pregnancy on icecreamconvos.com. You can see Peter's full letter to Aretha. You can see Betty Jo in her course. And we got some other stuff. Sway Lee from Ray Shrimmer. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way. Is it right?
Okay. Well,
oh, yeah.
Yes. I saw them there. Like, we were on our way to Bahamas on vacation. We saw them. Like, they were deep. But they were really cool. They took pictures. They were cool. Yeah, it's pretty sad because we thought like one was named Ray and one was named Shrimmer.
So you were like, "Hi, hey, are you Ray and are you Shrimmer?"
You know, my son cut that down. Right? So my son was like, "You will not embarrass us in here." So yeah, they schooled us. But yeah, okay. So what were you saying about him?
Okay, so Sway Lee. Now, in case you don't know the two, Sway Lee's the little light skinned one
with all the neck jewelry.
Yes. I mean, like, literally.
Mr. T 2018.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mr. T 2K18. He was doing a concert, and he has this thing where he will take a fan's phone and take a selfie.
Okay.
Really cute, right? Because imagine going to your favorite concert and then the artist come get your phone and take a selfie, like, boom, and give it back to you. Okay. So he's on stage performing, and one girl, like, really wanted him to take a selfie with her phone.
She didn't. She didn't. She didn't throw the phone. Whew.
That phone bust him in his mouth. When I tell you he had a whole mouth full of blood. Like, his mouth looked like True Blood. Remember True Blood on HBO? Like, he looked real True Blood, like he had just fed.
She didn't think that through.
She didn't think it through.
She was all hyped in the
She was just hyped. Like, they must have been doing the mannequin challenge. And like, that girl is a real girl, please. And she was like, this is my moment. And she was like, shoo. And she knew. And chipped his tooth. He required stitches in his mouth. He was 58 hot. The moment it happened, they were literally having to, like,
restrain him.
Yeah.
Like, do you think he'll sue her?
He said he was going to sue her. Because, now, mind you, she threw her phone. He was like, her ID, everything was apparently all in the package. He said he was going to sue her. He was very upset. He had to get stitches in his lip. His tooth is chipped. But he finished performing. OG.
He is an OG.
He's an OG. Soon as that phone hit me in my mouth, I'd have been like, oh, Lord Jesus. You would have heard, I'm going to miss everybody. I'm going to miss everybody. And I would have been laying down, and Uncle Charles would have been like, give me this sorrow. Listen, she would have been paying for my wake, and I wouldn't have even been dead.
Oh, my gosh.
So he finished performing because he's an OG like that.
Okay.
Went to the hospital. They stitched him up, and then he went to it was really... Like, what I learned about him was his spirit and his tenacity based off of this incident. He was ready to choke a chick. Okay. When she first hit him in the mouth. Okay. But afterwards, I guess once he calmed down and he realized that she wasn't intentionally trying to hurt him. She just was a hype fan with really poor judgment. And so he said he's not going to sue her. Okay. And on his Instagram, and the video is on the Ice Cream Convos YouTube page, and as well as the website. Okay. But he goes into the drugstore and he gets like Frozen and like either Disney or Frozen Band-Aid for his lip and stuff. He made it really cute at the end, and then he calmed his nerves by smoking a real fat one. But yeah. So listen, guys, when we go to concerts, because I don't know what's going on with the fans between the boy who hopped on stage and tried to run behind Jay-Z and Beyonce On the Run.
I heard the concert is like the concert of a lifetime. So I get it. It is adrenaline and all of that.
Okay, the spirit of Little Mama hit his soul. And he hopped up on stage and just took off running. Now, can I get some dap for Beyonce's dancers? Cause
they picked up the mic.
No, they went straight in formation and started mollywopping. Oh boy. Cause they were like dancing, cause it was at the end of the show and Jay-Z and Beyonce going in the back, and the dancers is like, okay. Cause it was ape shit. So they was like, and then he comes running up on stage and just runs past all of them. So they like, and had to take a second to register, like, WTF? and so they danced and jammed, and then when it registered, they were literally like, and they all right behind him. That's all you saw was some synchronized stomping.
Squad goals.
Okay, squad goals. And he didn't get far. He regretted that decision immediately.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Because them type of dances I need in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's the type of team that you need around you. Not
always listen.
New school kids, they just, one of them getting beat up and the other one's just like over there kind of going.
Yeah. We don't or like some people I know used to be like, they was holding me. I was trying to help. They was holding me.
Who was holding you? Gravity? No. But let's go back to Sway Lee. Like, okay. The girl, like, with that arm, for her to throw it, a football team need to reach out to her. That's all I got to say on that comment.
Softball, baseball, maybe give her a racket. Tennis may be his thing. But Tony said he
walked on stage?
Nah, he was running. He initially walked up, but he ran.
But what was he running to? Like hug her?
No, we back to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, like was he running up to hug her?
No, some reports say that he actually hit Jay-Z, but I can't confirm it, so I didn't report it. But some, because he got a citation for disorderly conduct. Beyonce is not, and Jay-Z are not pressing charges against him, and yes, I did see where he was on social media like bragging and talking ish and calling people B words, and he was talking his talk. That's why Beyonce should retroactively go back and press charges against him, because not only did you violate, but now you violated, and now you talking crap, like you acting like you a big shot. Now if he had them charges sitting on his back, like them Carter charges, because you know them Carter charges will weigh you down. That's a weight. If he had them Carter charges on him, he would have
said nothing.
Okay.
So he was talking.
He was talking smack. Okay. Talking smack. So, but people like that. I mean, the fact that my concern was in the climate that we live in. Now, I already know that you're not getting into the Mercedes Benz. You ain't getting up in there with they sent me back to my car because I had a purse. So you're not going to get up in there with too much of nothing. Okay. Because Jay-Z and Beyonce don't play that. I had to throw a purse away the last time I went to see Beyonce in concert. Because apparently I didn't read my ticket all the way through that said I could not have a purse.
They will not play
I had to throw my purse in the trash.
Now I said the city is pressing charges.
They should. They absolutely should.
Shut down the foolishness.
Shut down the foolishness. Because I'm telling you, if he gets away with that, you're going to have a bunch of copycats. But it was funny because on the second night of the show, as Jay-Z and Beyonce were walking out, they were walking out. Beyonce was like, she looked back like, not tonight. I love her because she can keep a sense of humor about that. Me on the other hand, I'd have been so pissed. I'd have had Julia stand next to me on stage while I performed the whole show.
Listen, I just want to know if they getting a bonus. Like, my contract is to dance, not to be bodyguard. So okay. I came through. Like, can I get a Christmas bonus?
I'm pretty sure everybody's stocking gonna be looking real cute this Christmas. Yeah. But yeah, okay. So with that being said, I guess we will go ahead and wrap it up. For those of you who missed any portion of this live stream, feel free to play it back. This live stream will also be available on the Ice Cream Convos podcast. It will also be available on the Ice Cream Convos YouTube channel, and it will also be available on the Soul by Nat YouTube channel. So thank you so much for joining us today. It was such a pleasure talking to you.
I had
you
such
are
a great
so
time.
Awesome. So maybe you'll come back and do it again. Like I get you for a Friday night chat.
I didn't know what to expect, but this is fun.
I get you for a Friday night chat. Like I just sit up and talk crap all night long. Look at her face. Look at her. She's looking like, I might be busy.
Yeah, I gotta keep filtered a little bit. Like, you bring the fun. You bring me out into the fun.
True.
And
yeah, she gotta stay professional and stuff. She be in people's houses. I come in your house by choice. You just be like, let me just log on through my safe phone environment. Yeah. She gonna show up at your house for real.
Hi, Tony. So sweet.
Yes. So
thank you guys for letting me hang with you guys. ICC.
Yes.
Ice Cream Convos.
Yes. So I love you guys. And before we go, I have some exciting news. Ice Cream Convos is now on Patreon.
Do you see how I did that?
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Ready? One more time. Ice Cream Convos is now on Patreon. Okay, so for those of you that's like, well, what the heck? Yeah, that was we did that. We did that. Beyonce, if you need some more backup dancers who will fight, well, I mean, no.
For Beyonce? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw them both.
I'll fight and then I'll sell your house.
Yes. So Ice Cream Convos is now on Patreon. And for those of you who may not be familiar with Patreon is, it gives me the opportunity to create an exclusive community for my ICC friends. And then what you do is we have different levels. You have vanilla, strawberry,
chocolate,
Neapolitan, and based off of like a monthly membership fee, you get access to different things that everyone else who follows Ice Cream Convos does not get access to. So you might be asking yourself, well, why should I get a monthly membership fee to be a part of this ICC community? Because by being a part of this community and by becoming a Patreon of Ice Cream Convos, you will be investing in Ice Cream Convos that will allow me to make the brand bigger, 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 and do more exciting things. Go on tour, come to your city, more elaborate giveaways. Shout out to all my ICC friends in Chicago. Y'all see I'm working. I got y'all something. I got y'all a screening in Chicago. It's on September 11th in downtown Chicago. So if you're in the Chicago area, let all your Chicago friends know that like I'm locking down stuff for y'all in New York, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, of course, and all the different cities that I know my ICC friends are very strong in. So, you know, I'm not taking anything for, you know, taking advantage of anyone or anything of that nature.
You're giving more.
Yes. And this is solely to build the brand. You know, so everything, your contributions to Ice Cream Convos, your support of Ice Cream Convos will solely go to build the brand. Now, if I didn't do a very good job of explaining Patreon to you all, just go to the Ice Cream Convos Facebook page or go to icecreamconvos.com. There is information there for you to learn more about it. And shout out to all of my patrons so far. Thank you. I am so extremely grateful to everyone who, as soon as I pulled the trigger, y'all pulled the trigger with me too. We was clocked. We got the strap. We got the Patreon strap. So shout out to all of you who got the ICC strap. And for those of you who just support me, you know, just without boundaries and without limitations, I greatly appreciate it. And I don't take it for granted. So this would be absolutely awesome. And I will go ahead and add the link to Patreon as well as the link to Natasha's website, soulbynet.com, soulbynet everywhere on social media. And so just stay connected with us, continue to support us, and we will do our best to continue to support you. All right.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for letting me hang. You guys have a prosperous and productive and wonderful, safe day.
Yeah. And keep your booty tight. All right. I don't know. I couldn't think of nothing all deep to say after you did all that prosperous and all that. Like, I left my TI words at home. So yeah, keep your booty tight. Okay. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh.